So now you should be able to hear me, and I'm going to start with the fish. And the reason I'm starting with the fish is because the first question that I always ask a guest is, where were you born and raised? And not all of the fish, but a couple of the small ones here have been born and raised in this pond. Rick Bruce and Bruce Pets help us put the pond together. And this year we're going to try to pondscape it a lot better. We've tried plants, we've got some rocks in there. We try to put things in there, but they end up eating them. But we do try to enrich their lives, and this is the fish pond at the Fledge. In sometimes we have a grow room where we do microgreens, which is behind this room, and we pump the water through the microgreens and have a hydroponic system that's fed with the nitrogen from the fish. This is our friend
Hey,
Isaac.
how's it going, everybody?
He's going to be tagging along with me for a little bit today, and we're going to talk more questions later. But we got to show you his cool shoes
Got
that
some
he made.
shoes.
So, made them yourself out of cowhide?
Yes, sir. Got basically this cowhide off of a cow that I actually bought,
Yeah.
and just took these little leather straps, basically just from scrap that I found up in my attic. I just decided, hey, this would be a pretty nice and convenient way to be barefoot outside, and I put these on when I go inside because they're so light
Yeah.
and durable.
Oh, that's super
Yeah,
cool.
fit very
So,
well too.
fits right in with our theme today because what we're trying to promote and talk about is, raising your own food, raising animals, raising plants to help you sustain and create a sustainable system. Eat healthier. You'll see we've got tons of seeds. These are James's from the Young Black Panther Party, but we have lots of seeds still at the Fledge for us to distribute. So if you're ever interested in coming to get some seeds, then do that. We also have a lot of starter plants that were going. So these were all planted yesterday, and we will be germinating them, starting them to grow. Probably going to switch those out and start to get our starter plants going. So right now they're doing pretty good. We've got a lot growing. The Young Black Panther Party has a lot going. So we'll be moving these outside and starting to plant them. So fish are life at the Fledge, and plants and seeds are life at the Fledge. Some of you might know Peppo. Peppo is our cat, so she usually is sitting next to me during the show, but she thought she'd come and sit in a nicer spot for the interview today. Hi, Peppo. I know all you Bernie bros are missing Peppo. She was a big fan of your group. So now we're going to go in and tell a story about how we've acquired uh, 8 other chickens. So these 4 right here are what are called silkies, and I'm going to show you a bigger one of them later. Um, but these are to replace some silkies that were killed by a dog in the neighborhood. So we have lost life here before, and here's the replacement. So these are little silkies. These 4, we don't really know what they are because a family who was getting evicted from their house brought them to us. They knew that we had a setup and we could take care of them. So we are fostering these 4 chickens, but we'll be looking for a home for them because we do not want to go over the limit that we're allowed for the city. It's important to us to comply and is really not just because it's a regulation, but because of the health of the chickens themselves and what we're capable of being able to do to keep them clean and fed and watered and warmed and all of that stuff. So we do believe in the health of the chickens, so we do things that we want to do that's healthy for them. Now I'm going to start to go outside, and I just want to stop. We got a couple of eggs yesterday. The eggs that our chickens produce, we consume ourselves here. So we make fried eggs and scrambled eggs and stuff like that. And then we've got another chicken farmer who helps us with the um, uh, distribution of the eggs. So we do buy eggs from a farmer using Fledge coin, and he uses it to buy stuff at the Fledge. So this area right here in the Life at the Fledge is all of our native grasses and flowers and plants that come back every year. So when you can see it starting to happen, we've got a butterfly. I don't know if you could see it, but the pollinators will flock to this yard, and the grass gets really tall, like back in the back there, and then the peach trees should produce some level of peach today. We've got a bunch of onions and garlic. We'll be planting onions and lettuce here. We've got flowers everywhere for pollinators. We've got herb box that we're growing here. This will be for remedies. In this part is herbs for cooking, and so we've got a little. We're doing an experiment with a hoop house, a greenhouse effect over it, and then these are more herbs for healing and remedies and stuff like that. In the middle there, we'll be growing 3 sisters again. This will be flowers again, and again, it attracts lots of pollinators. And we've got somebody who has lost their keys, so I'm picking those up right now. Will you check with those guys? And then here we'll have different types of um, lettuces and cabbage and stuff like that growing in this area. Then in the back, those rows of Sharon, I think they're called, they'll get really blooming and attract tons of pollinators there too. And of course, we've got the free stand. So this is another Life at the Fledge. There's always a group meeting up talking about something. So we'll get by them real quick. What do you think so far, Isaac?
It's beautiful, and there's a lot more going on here than I expected initially.
Oh, yeah.
You walk by and you see all these beautiful murals and everything outside, and you see that there's the community bookstore, and I was looking at that too, the dog walking bags. If the dogs poop anywhere, but there's a lot more going on here than you actually initially think.
Yeah, and I do want to point out the bat house. Hopefully the bats will come back this year, so that's up there. And then we've got birds all over the place. The squirrels are hiding today, so I was hoping to see them. Apple trees to go along with the peach trees, so I'm not sure, probably another year before they start producing. And all of this in here will be different types of melons, watermelon and muskmelon and cantaloupe or whatever. Here we've got the hops growing. So these will grow up and they'll go up. We'll put the strings back up and they'll grow all the way to the top. We've got our own compost, so we make our own dirt, if you will, and we've got our water collection over there. So what I'll do this other greenhouse. So we've got more starter plants out here, and we progress them from in there to out here, and then eventually we'll be putting them in here until we distribute them, and we're trying to do about 5 to 10,000 plants this year. So let's go in and find the ducks. So one of the things with the ducks is that they were part of they're actually behind the black tub there. They were part of who we had to rescue with the um, family that had gotten evicted. So sorry for the noise. Are they there? Do you want to pick one of them up? Do you mind? So we, again, we're fostering these ducks. We do have a little pond for them, a nice area out here. They come out here during the day if it's nice, and we put them back inside at night. But today, the ducks are going to go with Isaac. And so we found a perfect home for them. It's only a few blocks, a couple minutes walk from the Fledge. And Isaac's a 4-H kid, so he knows a lot about ducks and chickens, so he's going to take care of them. They stay in the neighborhood, and we continue the push to try to help build the urban farming. So though we love the ducks, they will be moving today to a much better home than what we can provide, and that we want to stay sustainable. So what do you think about the ducks coming to live with you?
That's great. I'm actually looking to add a few more chickens and ducks in my backyard because I've got the other side lot, so I've got plenty of room. And actually, I have some organic, non-GMO, basically grain feed that I bought that's coming, and then we've got the whole setup for the coop and everything. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
The backyard has a lot of grass and great things for them to graze on.
So maybe when you come on the show for real, we can see that broadcast.
Pictures.
So, but we'll be planting a lot of tomatoes and different types of food in here on both sides of the aisle. This will all move out when the ducks leave. And then this is something I'm excited about because I'm starting a vermiculture, I think it's called, where worms are going to make castings. And then these also produce heat. So in the winter, our dream is that the chicken coop, which I'm going to show you in a moment, will be moving into here. So the chickens will live in here. We'll have plastic and plywood and stuff to really shore it up. We're going to move the other greenhouse in here and try to grow food inside that greenhouse in the winter. And we'll have the compost move in here with the worms, and they'll start to heat the hoop house that looks like it needs a repair today. So that's kind of how that's going. And then this is the coop for the chickens. So I'm going to try not to bang my head. You can see we've got 2 of our chickens are here. Their food is there. Their water is there. In the winter, we put a ceramic heating thing up there that heats it. And we have a heated water bowl that keeps the water. So I know we get a lot of people who are concerned if the chickens are safe or not in the winter. And if they've got fresh water and a little bit of heat, they're pretty durable things. These guys are tough. And people always want to know how I know if they're happy. And to me, the best measure of happy has always been how many eggs are they laying. So today we've got 4. Sometimes we get 2 or 3. Sometimes we get 5. So when they're laying 4 to 5 eggs, feel how warm these eggs are. Then we know that they are getting the food that they need. They feel safe and secure. And so, there's the question of every damn day: what is happiness to you, and are you happy? I think from the chickens' perspective, they're safe, they're secure, they have enrichment. We let them go around, we pick them up and pet them. And this is the silky. We've got those other ones out there. They will grow up to look like that, and they lay the smaller egg right there. And then the bigger ones lay the others. So right now, 4 chickens, 4 eggs. So pretty good for a day. And then we're going to be doing some beautification out here for the neighbors so it looks better for him. And we're going to do a lot of flowers and peas and stuff that hopefully he'll pick as well. So that is the life at the Fledge. And I think, when I ask the question all the time, what gives us hope? I think young people comes up a lot. And I think that, the ability to live in a city where we can grow our own food, to have access to the seeds, the dirt, the water, the animals, the wonderful people that want to, keep urban agriculture going. This is sustainability. This is something that can have an impact on food security, health outcomes, mental health. These guys make a lot of friends in the neighborhood, and the kids that may have never even seen a duck or a chicken up close get to hold them, get to learn about them. And I'm full of hope because, I think that we live in a great place where community gardens and urban farming is accepted and cool and effective. So, as I look for something to take us out with, what I would like to take us out with today is start a victory garden. Do something to grow even a little bit of food. Start with a tomato plant in a 5 gallon bucket or anything like that. But start to improve your own food security. It's fun to do. It will um, uh, make you happy in a lot of cases. It will make you feel accomplished. I mean, that's what it does for me. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but uh, take a bite out of the food security problem by growing something yourself. Every little bit can help, and every little bit puts us in a direction to change our food supply, change our environment, change our health, and all of those great things. Thank you all for watching Every Damn Day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Every Damn Day, 2 p.m.